We will discuss the Gemini sign in that Ripple, the Grayscale, and their plans for the digital assets they own. The XRP to 500 reached an all-time high. How does that apply to cryptocurrency? We will examine the XRP chart, since it appears to be identical to the chart. The sky appears to be falling for XRP, but is it truly falling, or is this just a correction we want to see because my man will be showing us a video? Keith is referring to the cost of XRP, discussing the location he thinks it is destined to rise to the crucial levels we are about to reach. Therefore, without further ado, everyone, let's dive right into this Bitcoin $4,426 that has decreased by 3.44% over the last 24 hours. With Ethereum trading at $2,369, it is down 4.7% from the U.S. currency and U.S. dollar index. Peg describes XRP as mean 53 cents, a decrease of 3.57% over the last 24 hours. The market cap for cryptocurrencies is still green, but it suddenly flashes red. 69 billion, where will we end up? Here, I continue to think that additional red will appear. Indeed, I think Bitcoin will reach that goal. Have discussed raising it to the $30,000 range. Time will undoubtedly tell, but I think XRP will reach the upper 40 to mid 400 cent levels. From here, where do we go? That's only my guess, so pay attention, and together, let's find out. If my memory serves me correctly, Brad Garlinghouse responded to this. We will present the video. Have you read the remarks made by a user with more than 2 million followers who took serious offense, and then you will hear from Brad himself since he shoots him? Come on down, let's get started. Pay attention to what we haven't seen yet. In my opinion, there will soon be a separation of the wheat from the chaff once you determine what the assets are. How do these feel? Technologies that are applied to address actual issues with genuine demand as opposed to ones that, you can bet, I'll pick at. I don't understand Dogecoin. I don't understand the use case or the goal, aside from Elon Musk as the main actor, but I'm sure I'll get many people claim that Dogecoins don't exist, but you know they will. Yes, indeed, he is obtaining a great deal of Nakamoto Shobo Billy, who may or may not be following 2 million people. The really stupid aspect of this is that Dogecoin is similar to Bitcoin in essence, but with somewhat different rules and a dog as its emblem. This is equivalent to saying, I completely understand the euro, but the yen, it's all gibberish. Small minds are acting wise. Although Brad doesn't reply to these things, he does reply. Declares, I get what you're saying, agree with the main point. In certain aspects, but Mike said, see you later. A more accurate analogy would be the USD to the Zimbabwean dollar. Sire, get him, move on, sir. Brad gave him the cold shoulder. In the 3 cryptic messages, Wheezy said this. He hopes that Gemini is the source of the, statement. Is going to live up to the hype that they have been creating, and we have now figured out the puzzle. If you missed the first video of the day, we were able to solve the puzzle that they released there. Money was the answer to the puzzle. I placed as previously mentioned, I think that they will either pair XRP with the euro on their next exchange or platform, or it will become a base pairing across everything and it will be paid with XRP, the entire thing, as the bridge currency. When we discover something, it will be indicated by the back-end time. What will occur in approximately 10 hours? As of right now, Grayscale states here that Grayscale will be concentrating on the utility of digital assets, and they add, I believe we are now approaching what I call the slope of elation, where the early benefits of blockchain technology are becoming more apparent as they optimize and show intriguing real-world applications from a Grayscale. This is a tweet that they posted. Since 2013, I have invested in Bitcoin, but I have always been emotionally invested in its innovation. Perhaps this is why Grayscale added XRP back to their institutional platform, the S&P 500, when it first launched. We haven't discussed this in a long time before now, but what does this truly imply? What have we witnessed, then, since 2012? The way these markets operate now, or throughout the most recent bull run, should be understood, and it's not difficult to comprehend. When the stock market reaches a record high, that's when the cryptocurrency market begins to rise. To run, this is merely the beginning. The final piece of the puzzle has now been added, and depending on how this all works out, cryptocurrencies will begin to soar. Bitcoin is expected to reach a new peak and surpass the minimal threshold of 70,000. The query is, how high should we raise the XRP once? When Ethereum runs out, Bitcoin will run its course. XRP will also run its course. We may see the first breakout in March or April of this year. Keith will explain why when we examine his chart. JD stated that he should pay attention to the yellow line on his chart. We are examining here to see if we can close above 53 cents. If we can, we will be in good shape. If the weekly candle closes above this yellow line, which is approximately 53 cents, or if there are two of them, about 53 cents, we're going to descend back underneath it. We've discussed these figures previously. They are aimed around the mid to upper 40-cent level, so if we do dip there, don't panic. However, I do think we're headed back down. Rest assured, James ruled he did say that. Yes, the sky is falling. It's not that we're in a good place at this point. We're receiving the necessary retest in the 40-cent range, and we'll be searching for it once it's reached. Final breakthrough. Please take a look at Keith. Keith lays everything up for us. I've done Keith's live stream previously. We'll get him back for more. Ideally displays the XRP chart. We have discussed these aims, so I want you to pay attention to where he thinks we are and what might be going on. He has discussed it before in the channel, and he is essentially referencing the same figures that we have mentioned. We're both about the same distance from it as possible that this will continue before the desired breakthrough occurs. Pay attention, because as soon as this whole SEC incident with XRP happened, you got this enormous candle. A divestiture. Greetings from the real world. Hey everyone, so it will now be handled just like any other asset, okay? It is only a matter of time until this is also available as an ETF or until it is combined with an index fund of some sort. So we have this breakthrough at the moment. As you can see, there was an upswing in the overall trend. However, at this point, we're just kind of tracking sideways and creating a wedge on top of the trend line. If you look back at XRP's past performance, it's usually positive when we track backward on top of a trend line and create a falling wedge. All that is required is a breakout of this line at the moment of the line's break, which is most likely going to occur later, possibly in March or April. It's gone when this line splits. Time, I believe it will probably be at the location of my purchase. First of all, tell me, which is a support line? That's why I purchased that right here. Since it was supported, I believe that's likely where we'll be involved. Fortunately, it could go lower than that. Of course, I could be mistaken. We offer charts for just that purpose. Here, let's measure and see what results we get. Choosing one wick over the others is difficult because they are all a little peculiar. I'm GNA, and I'm going to stick with this local one. Move this to the upper right corner. This place, and I'm going to go with the flow. If I follow through, you'll see that 886 is accurate, roughly 48 cents, and that 48 to 50 cents makes sense. It's a good round number, too, and it's also, 75%. Less than the all-time high of $1.98, or about $2, the most recent peak it reached. That represents a 75% reduction. Which is understandable, isn't it? 75 to 78% of 786 killers, or 78%, I see. That seems reasonable. It can descend here and sweep this load, which comes to roughly 45 cents. Thus, these numbers make sense, isn't that right? In the worst situation, 886 at 45 cents makes sense. The Ontario XRP drains off here and returns down. Not a bad amount, anywhere from 40 to 35 cents in either case. Hey, we're about done. Yes, the bleeding has stopped for 45 to 50 cents. Worst case situation. As Keith, what happens after I tell you that the worst case is between 37 and 400 cents? Time for XRP to step up its game constantly, people. Let's get to a 5 to 6 XRP. It is both extremely possible and highly doable. We could be about to see a historic bull run.